Um, we were, I guess you could say we were a bit blinkered really. We weren't, I mean, we kind of played on the internet in that I knew it existed, but we never really thought of it as a way forward for the business. I always thought it was for people who were selling insurance, things like that. I didn't think it would be for a business of my size. So we knew it existed, but really thought it's not for us. And Carl kind of changed that. He kept saying that you're only a small business, I know, but have you, can you be aware of the kind of things that the internet can give you? And I was really sceptical about that. I mean, I was the ultimate non-believer. I just thought it was really not for us. And Carl really hammered on to me for the longest time that you ought to think about that again. But eventually he wore me down. I kind of crumbled, and I thought, oh, heaven's sake, let's go for it. Let's try it. I think really it was a case of opening my eyes that this big sort of faceless, nameless entity that is the internet can actually be infiltrated and used for our benefit, and really not giving up on that. I kind of paid lip service to it. Yeah. We got a website. We got a website because we felt we ought to have a website. But it was really no more than hey, here we are. This is our telephone number and here's our address, and a little bit about what we did. We never really sort of harnessed the internet to market ourselves and our products. And I think it was Carl who kept saying, it's not, you can't just post up effectively a business card on the internet, because that's all it was. You've got to work it. You've got to see the potential that it offers to you. And I think it was the fact that he relentlessly, drove that point home, that ultimately made me sit up and take notice of it. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it really has. I mean, the business has been in a period of growth anyway, but it's really been accelerated by what we did on the net. I mean, I really, I genuinely mean this. I couldn't believe what the internet has done for us, both in terms of turnover, profitability, but also the speed that we can go to market with a new idea or a new product is just. It's just frightening. I mean, a couple of years ago, we've been involved in a relatively small way in the silicon wristband, the fundraising wristband phenomenon. And literally within a few days of me deciding that we were going to offer it to the promotions industry in the UK, we got a sort of nucleus of a website. We've got some PDFs that could be downloaded, and we went to market. And pay-per-click advertised to start with Carl's advice, and all of a sudden we got a tiger by the tail. I mean, we really couldn't keep up with the orders that were coming in. I mean, it was just crazy. And I think the thing that really kind of never ceases to amaze me is just the sheer number of people that are out there actually looking for your products. I mean, you think that you always think that your market, nobody else understands it. It's very niche, and you know who best your customers are. But the fact remains is you don't, and it's only when you start exposing yourself to the millions of consumers that are out there. I mean, we're business to business rather than sort of direct to an individual end user, but the amount of response we get from the internet, it's just incredible. I mean, and people that you chase around forever to get an appointment with to go and sell you wares, people like British Airways, people like Virgin, people like Aston Martin, they actually come and find you, and indeed have done, and hundreds more like them. I mean, they're just companies that we could never even have dreamed of dealing with by doing it the old way of picking up the telephone. Hi, my name's Adrian. I'm calling from If Solutions, and this is what I do. I mean, I think part of the internet, and I do it myself all the while. You can kind of shop around at your heart's content without some pushy salesman jumping on you. I can have people browsing on my website for half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, and they regularly do. I mean, we see the stats for that, knowing full well that a salesman's not going to jump out of the shadows and try and accost them. And then when they're ready to take that next step, then you're there. But it's just the enormity of the market that's out there is really quite phenomenal.